Yes, welcome back. I'm going to invite Eric to join us on set. And Eric has only done 2 movies in his life, but there have been 2 mind-blowing movies. So it's really exciting to have you here, Eric. Come on, come on. I want you to walk in. I want you to be sure that you're walking in like a star. Go on, show me the star walk, starish. Okay, turn around. And I say, well, yeah, hey. You say, how do you respond to, well, yeah, hey?
Oh, yes, hi.
It's nice to have you here.
It's good to be here.
And
welcome. Hello, sir.
Hello, sir.
Good to be here. Oh.
You say it's someone that attends to detail.
Yeah, you know. It pays attention to this. I mean, that's the whole essence of storytelling. You have to pay attention. I mean, every area of it has to be perfect.
I mean, that's you. You didn't go to the New York Film Academy. You are self-taught, more or less.
Yeah, I'm self-taught. I mean, you just have to read until you're sure that you can do something. Then...
So, but that's something to be said for being self-taught, though, because he's produced 2 great movies, even though he didn't go to the New York Film Academy, like some have to go.
Well, he's a good storyteller. And
so that's the key.
That, to me, is always the key. A lot of people go to New York Academy to go and learn camera work. He knows storytelling.
Oh, that's the difference.
That's different.
Okay, but you know, what I find interesting is you've picked themes that ordinarily people, I'm not going to say, okay, this movie is treating rape and I want to see it, you know, or treating pimping and I want to see it. But you did it without any fear or favor.
Yeah, I mean, like, it's just what you feel. As an artist, sometimes you just want to express something. You get it? So I think that was the story I wanted to tell at that point.
So what inspired it? Slow Country, that is?
Slow Country, basically, I think it's about... Some people say I'm a feminist, but I'm not. I don't think I am.
You must love your mom, that's the way I say it.
I love my mom, yeah, of course. I love my sisters, because practically my sisters raised me. You know, like, they were still young, maybe 2 years gap, 3 years gap, but... They raised me. I mean, they used to bathe us, feed us, so like that. So I have soft spot for women. So I hate to see women suffer. I hate to see women go through some tough times. For example, you see women on the roadside with their kids and selling under the sun, things you can't do even as a man. So it breaks my heart. So I think that must have inspired the country. So, so
the people have to go and say, I would have said it has a happy ending, but I'm not sure. But, you know, people have to go and see it.
Yeah, it has a happy ending. I'm a happy person, so it must have a happy ending.
It must have. So, I mean, were you thinking about... I did ask you earlier if making money was important or making movies. Which one is more important when you're thinking of content?
Well, I don't know. I can't speak for myself, yeah? Because when I was coming to filmmaking, I didn't think about making money or being famous or anything.
So, but you didn't study film. So what, you studied engineering?
No, I studied science lab tech.
Science lab tech, that's a science student. And then when you were going to school, were you thinking, I can't wait to get behind the camera and do what I gotta do?
Yeah, you know, like, I think it has to do with the environment I grew up, you know, like, you have to be one professional, you read one professional called, like, medicine or accounting or, you know, law or something like that. So I think I went the wrong way.
Don't let your parents that paid your fees.
Yeah, you know, my parents, you know, I grew up with my dad, you know, broken home now, you know, I grew up more with my dad, so, and my dad gives me money, go to school. I mean, whether you're really going to school, because I was always traveling, just working. So, was
that the inspiration for your mile
The mile from home. That wasn't the inspiration. The mile from home was basically, you know, like, I knew what would work and what would work. So when I wanted to make... Slow Country would have been the first film, actually, but the budget I had then...
Hey, now you're talking money.
No, it was
because
not.
Amaka talks about how you crowd all of them into one little tight bus, and you people are going to shoot in some kind of way out locations. So money was an issue.
It's always an issue in film, you know. So, but, you know, you're recreating people's life. You get, so it's tough. It's a tough thing to recreate situation, recreate a world. That's why they call it a world. So it's a tough thing to do. Money is always the problem. You know, it's how you manage the resources you have to achieve what you want. You know, it's what really matters.
Before I bring our stars on set to come and ask you some questions, I do know, though, that the Bank of Industry, for example, is trying to make money available. But it seems like a lot of artists are not taking advantage of that. Bros, or what do you want to say? Let's start with you, Bros, to comment on that. Because money is an issue.
Well, it is an issue, but I also think that, you know, the process of getting access to that money perhaps needs to be simplified. Yeah. Obviously, it's also important that the story that is being funded has capacity to bring back some money, because the idea is it's a springboard for the filmmaker. The filmmaker should be able to make enough money to then begin to make
pay
films
back.
regularly and pay back. So, but I think a lot of filmmakers, young filmmakers, need to also understand that it takes courage for people like Eric to determinedly push forward. It takes courage, it takes passion, and it takes a lot of hard work and sacrifice.
That's true.
You agree with the courage thing, right?
Totally. It's courage. It's just courage. Because starting is always tough. It's hard because it's like going to a dark space. You can't see anything, but you just want to take that dive. You know, so courage.
So I must take a break. I'll take a break now, return with my final moments with my guests. And when I get back, those two, we sit down in my living room and listen to what we have to say as we run up the show. We'll be back. Well, the sad thing about this show is that content is so much and time is so short. But however, I have big minds here, and I'm not going to end without them telling me a thing or two about what you should be taking home today. And Salma has a question or so. The way let's start with Salma's question. Let's start with your question.
My question is for Uncle Femi.
Femi, the Dudu of filmmaking.
Yes, the Dudu of filmmaking. Dudu. My question is, okay, at a point I had to train for TV presenting and producing a talk show. And what I'm trying to do now is go into filmmaking, and I want to produce my own series. Do I need to train for that?
Well, you do need to understand the process. The good thing is what motivations, passions you've used to be successful in your current show are the same tool sets you need to get going with doing the series. Pay more attention to storytelling. Prepare your stories beforehand. Make sure that your characterizations are right and cast the proper way. Remember, television in series means people are following the story every week. And
every day as it were for Battleground.
For, say, Battleground. But I have absolutely no doubt that
you keep talking about
know
process,
what it takes.
But underneath all of that still remains storytelling, right, Eric?
Yeah.
Because it's storytelling that is moving you. But in telling stories, do you have specific actors in mind, for example? I just wonder.
Yeah, I think first of all, the story has to be right, and your characters has to be, because when you create a story, you create characters. When you create characters, whatever you do, whatever decision you make, is all about those characters. So it has to favor them. The person you are casting for those roles has to be right for those roles.
Okay,
otherwise,
yes.
you just be struggling. I mean, they'll just be struggling to give, because you can't give what you don't have. That's the truth.